All right. Oops. Okay. Let me get this. Sorry about that. All right. Welcome to today's BFTAA and more. Got to stop my feedback loop. Yes, I'm your host, Louis George Walker, coming to you right now live and in living color in Kansas City. This is the BFTAA and more show from KUAW Radio. KUAW stands for Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom. Yes, we're broadcasting from the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, 4510 East Linwood Boulevard. This is a partnership of the Black Family Technology Awareness Association and the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, who came together and formed this radio station called Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom, KUAW for short. You can find out about this station and more information if you go to our website, kuaw.org. You can also listen to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have a TuneIn app, the Get Me Radio app, if you have a online radio tuner, all you have to do is search KUAW Radio and we'll come in. If you have a smart speaker like a Google or Amazon speaker, you can tell it to play KUAW. We're also on YouTube and on with our live broadcast. We come on YouTube and Facebook, Twitch and Twitter. So we're out, or X as it's called now. We come out on those when we do live shows, so you can see our live broadcast from there. But our radio shows are on 24 hours a day. We play some blues, some old school music, play a lot of news and information and things that you can hear podcasts from around the country and some syndicated shows. So check us out. Go to Google and just put in KUAW Radio and you'll find us. We're on a whole lot of platforms, and if you have an Apple or Roku television, you can go in there and search KUAW, and you'll find us. Yes, we broadcast on a lot of platforms, and we'd be glad if you would start listening to us from some. If you like blues, if you like old school music, how about smooth jazz? We got all of that right here at KUAW Radio. So thank you for joining today and continue to join. You can also look on our YouTube page for past shows and other shows that we do live. If you go to KUAW Space Radio on YouTube and then look at the playlist, we have a lot of our past shows going back 4 or 5 years of KUAW broadcasts. And we love it if you'd go in there and check out some of the shows that were on earlier, some of them that are not on anymore, but we still have them archived so you can pick up shows from a lot of different people that have worked at this station. We also are an all-volunteer station, so you can come and join us if you'd like to help out, if you'd like to learn about broadcasting, if you have a show idea that you'd like to develop, if you have a podcast or something that you'd like to put on. Contact us at KUAW Radio. You can dial us up on 816-599-6893. That's 816-599-6893. Or you can email us at kuaw985@gmail.com. You can also contact us through the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. So if you go to BFTAA.org or KUAW.org, it will show you a lot of the ways that you can get in touch with us. We're also doing a simulcast broadcast with KOJH, which is Kansas City's original jazz house. And you can pick us up if you're in the Kansas City area on 100.5 FM, low-power FM radio station. So we're a lot of ways that you can listen to KUAW Radio, and we hope that you'll pick one and let us know what you think about it. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you like the station, if you don't like the station, if you want to hear something different or something new or something old. Just get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you and discuss what we're doing and how you can be a part of KUAW Radio. Well, it's summertime now in Kansas City and all across the country. Most schools are out. Summer schools will be starting up probably next week if they haven't started already. And there's a lot of things that we can do in the STEM field. Now, we're about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. STEM programs are things that we are interested in getting to the community, getting to our young people, also in getting to our families, because everybody needs to be learning more about this new technology. It's not even new anymore, but about the technology innovations that are coming from having high-speed internet access, also by having a laptop or some type of computer in your home, learning how to use those better so that you can improve your standard of living. Yes, yes, knowledge is everything, and learning more about technology can help you in a lot of ways, not just your kids, but for adults also. Some of us struggle with all of the new stuff that you got to go online to do this and to do that, and you don't get to talk to a live person. And I'd like to tell you that that's going to stop, but I think you're going to have more of that in the future and not less. So it'd be good for most of us to try to become as digitally literate as possible. Learn a little bit about the computer. Learn how to access things. Some of the terminology that is used that sometimes throws us off because we just don't understand what they're saying and the way they say it. Because when you start talking technology, talking when the computer's saying hit a backspace and slash, forward slash, backward slash, that's Greek to a lot of people, and we don't know about it and how to use our screens, how to navigate with the mouse or with a touch screen. And now even more with AI and stuff, how to talk to your computer and do some things. But we still have to know the basic fundamentals of the computers in order to get some of the benefits that they offer. I know if you try to travel, if you want to rent an Airbnb or you're flying somewhere, all of those different things are done more efficiently if you're computer literate. So think about that. We have, from time to time, we do workshops and classes for adults that want to learn more about basic computing. And we will definitely be placing that up on our Black Family Technology Awareness page and on our Facebook page as we open up classes like that will give you more information. We work with our young people. We have a robotics team. We have a drone program that kids from 9 years old to 18 can get involved in. We like to do that. We're not going to be doing any programs through this summer as we're regrouping and doing our planning for the upcoming school year, but we're going to let you know about things that are going on around the city in Kansas City and places where you can get a lot more information and detail for your kids to keep them up while they're out of school. Let them have some edutainment, as they call, let them learn while having fun. Put them in things that stretch their mind, even through play, because the kids learn a lot through play. So there's games, there's experiments, there's a lot of things that we can have young people doing that will help them to develop if we just get them enrolled in different classes. If we go online and check out some of the things, if you're working with your child at home, there's so much help and so much work out there that we need to make sure that our young people stay on top of it all. So we're going to go on as we let you know, and this is one thing that you also should know, the government, especially, and I'm a big fan of the NASA site. If you go to nasa.gov, NASA.gov, excuse me, you can see and learn a lot of things for your kids and for you to learn about science and technology that's absolutely free. They have experiments, they have webinars, they have classes. There's so much on the NASA site that can help you, and you can get your kid involved in it, and they can learn and do some fun things on it. So as we work with NASA, we want to let you know that we always show some of the things that are going on at NASA. And one of the first things that we're going to show today is a program that's called This Week at NASA, so that you can see some of the things that's going on. NASA stands for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which is one of our leading research and development organizations in aerospace fields. So let's get ready for now, and we will go into This Week at NASA.
getting ready to image faraway planets, discussing artificial intelligence at NASA, and a milestone for our supersonic X-plane. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. The Roman coronagraph instrument for our Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope was recently shipped from our Jet Propulsion Laboratory to our Goddard Space Flight Center. The coronagraph will test new tools that block starlight to reveal planets hidden by light from their parent stars. The instrument will demonstrate technologies that could help pave the way for future missions searching for habitable worlds outside of our solar system, like NASA's proposed Habitable Worlds Observatory. The Roman Space Telescope is targeted for launch by May 2027. On May 22nd, agency leaders hosted an artificial intelligence or AI town hall at our headquarters in Washington. The event provided an opportunity to discuss how NASA is using and developing a variety of AI tools to advance missions and research. Learn more about artificial intelligence at the agency at nasa.gov/artificial-intelligence. Our team for the quiet supersonic X-59 aircraft has taken the next step toward verifying the airworthiness of the plane by completing a milestone flight readiness review. This review allows the X-59 to progress toward flight. The X-59 is being developed as part of NASA's Quest mission to reduce the sound of the typical sonic boom associated with supersonic flight to a quieter sonic thump. As part of our efforts to expand commercial resupply in low Earth orbit, Sierra Space's Dream Chaser spaceplane recently arrived at our Kennedy Space Center to prepare for its first flight to the International Space Station. Before Kennedy, the uncrewed spaceplane and its cargo module were at our Neil Armstrong Test Facility in Sandusky, Ohio. While there, the Dream Chaser was exposed to vibrations like it will experience during launch and re-entry, as well as low ambient pressures and extreme temperatures it will encounter in space. The spaceplane, named Tenacity, is expected to deliver 7,800 pounds of cargo to the space station later this year. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more about what else we're up to, check out nasa.gov.
Okay, now you can hear me. All right. So, I was talking and you didn't hear a word I was saying, but that's okay. NASA is into a lot of things that are going on right now, and I think that that's going to be a good one, that space plane. Also, the supersonic plane that doesn't have the sonic boom to go along with it. Now, that would be a good invention or a good well, I guess it's still an invention or modification that allows them to do that. But when I was young and they first started breaking the sound barrier, they used to fly over Kansas City and you would hear sonic booms whenever a plane went by that was flying faster than the speed of sound. And they were pretty loud. I mean, it was a boom. You couldn't miss it. And that's why supersonic flight never took off anywhere except over the ocean. You know, the French built the Concorde, which was the first supersonic passenger plane, but they could only fly it over the oceans because anywhere over land, over cities and population places, it caused too much disturbance. These sonic booms were something that people say, hey, they don't need to hear that, and it was, a loud boom. It wasn't a quiet one or something. It was a big boom. You'd be thinking that the house is shaking and everything else. So that they could come up with a supersonic plane that doesn't make the loud boom. They're talking about a thump, and we'd have to see how loud or how deep of a thump that would be. But if they could do that, then your time to fly across the country could be cut way down. You could probably fly from New York to California in an hour or less if you're going at a supersonic speed, over 700 miles an hour. So now where that flight may take you 3, 4, 5 hours or whatever it takes, you would cut that more than in half. Flying from Kansas City to California would probably be an hour flight, be like flying from here to St. Louis or something now. So those are all the innovations, and that's what NASA's about, research and development. So we're going to go a little bit more now and look at what's going on in the space station at NASA with NASA's program called Space to Ground. Let's check that out. Here we go.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Jane Jennings. This week, preparations for the crewed flight test of Starliner continue. Food and supplies on the Progress 88 spacecraft are making their way to the space station, and thermal-assisted burning in microgravity is evaluated. NASA's Boeing Crew Flight Test mission is now targeted to launch Saturday, June 1st at 12:35 Eastern Time from Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. This mission will carry NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams to the International Space Station. First mission for any astronaut aboard Starliner on an Atlas V rocket. In total, this will be both Wilmore and Williams' third trip into space. The CFT Starliner mission is a vital step in showcasing the spacecraft's capabilities and will help to certify it as a long-standing spacecraft for long-duration space missions. The Progress 88 Roscosmo cargo spacecraft, carrying about 3 tons of food, fuel, and supplies for the Expedition 71 crew, is on its way to the space station.
And liftoff.
The spacecraft successfully lifted off on Thursday, May 30th at 5:43 a.m. Eastern on a Soyuz rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Completing its 2-day in-orbit journey, the spacecraft is expected to dock to the space-facing port of the space station hoist module at 7:47 a.m. Saturday, June 1st. We are heating things up with material ignition and suppression tests on station, or SOFI MIST for short. SOFI MIST examines burning in microgravity under varying conditions, including airflow speed, oxygen concentration, pressure, and level of external radiation. A critical part of designs for future space missions is assessing the flammability of materials and the equipment and procedures to detect and suppress a fire. This is essential for crew safety. Results of this experiment could improve understanding of early fire growth behavior, inform selections of safer materials for future spacecraft, and determine the best methods for extinguishing fires in space. You can keep up with the science and current crew on board station by following us on social media at NASA_astronauts, at AstroGenet, and at ISS_research. And that's Space to Ground for now. Thank you so much for watching.
All right. So all of these programs are brought to you from NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and that's good information to be picking up, on things of how a fire would react in space, how they're getting more cargo vehicles that they're using too. So they're looking at building space and not just going up to the space station, but as they go to the moon, they're going to need to carry a lot of materials as they start talking about putting long-term enclosures and places for people to stay on the moon. So it's going to take tons and tons of material. It's going to take a lot of trips. It's going to be a lot that has to be learned, and that's a great thing. I'd like to go to the moon myself one day and check it out, just to walk around in near weightlessness and see what that would be like. Might get a chance, who knows, y'all write my name in next time they put up something for a civilian to go into space. I'll take them up on it. But no. We want to go ahead and keep going with what's going on in space. And there's one thing to talk about the space station and the travel into space. The other thing is what's out there. What do we know is out in space right now that we can be checking out? Well, we've got a lot of high-powered space telescopes, radio telescopes, and doing a lot of deep space work. So one of the things we're going to look at now is what can you see up in the night sky just from your front yard or your backyard or out at the park, going somewhere where there's not much light and being able to notice the heavens up there, the same stars that have been looked at for hundreds of thousands of years or however long man has been here are still up there. So it's a good thing to kind of learn and know about our stars. And we're going to go into that right now. And then we're going to go into some of the summer camp experiences and some of the shows that we have that are starting up on KUAW radio. So let's go right now to the one last thing from NASA, and that's called What's Up. Let's see what's up in the June sky, what you can see, and go out with your kids and see if you can pick out some of the sites that they're saying. Some of them are early in the morning, some late at night, but it'd be good to get up early and go check it out. All right, this is NASA, What's Up?
What's up for June? Saturn and Mars meet up with the moon. Jupiter returns at dawn. And tips for identifying some common objects seen in the sky. On June 2nd, in the hour before sunrise, reddish Mars hangs beneath the crescent moon. Find the pair low in the east with Saturn lurking nearby. The following morning, on June 3rd, the moon has moved so that it sits beneath Mars. During the last week of June, giant Jupiter reemerges as a morning planet after passing behind the sun from our point of view on Earth over the past couple of months. By June 24th, you can find it about 10 degrees above the horizon as the morning sky begins to brighten. It climbs a little higher each morning after that as July approaches. Then on June 27th, look for the moon with Saturn. The pair rise around midnight, and by dawn you'll find them high in the southern sky. They appear super close together this morning, close enough to appear in the same field of view through binoculars. When you spot bright or moving objects in the night sky, it might not be immediately clear what you're looking at. Is that a planet or just a bright star? Is it a satellite or maybe just an airplane? Here are a few quick tips on how to tell the difference. First, there are 5 planets that are easily observed with the unaided eye. Of these, 2 planets, Venus and Jupiter, can sometimes appear incredibly bright, like shining beacons in the sky. The other planets are much less bright, but still generally shine as brightly as bright stars. The big tip-off that you're looking at a star and not a planet is that planets tend to shine steadily, whereas stars twinkle. Stars are so far away that they're just points of light, and ripples in our atmosphere easily distort them, causing the familiar flicker. The planets are relatively close by, being here in our solar system. Through binoculars or a telescope, instead of a single point, planets show us a tiny disk or crescent that's illuminated by the sun. So even though they appear star-like to the eye, the light from a planet is coming from a slightly more spread out area, making planets appear more constant in brightness. Both planets and stars rise in the east and set in the west, and they move very slowly across the sky during the night. But what if you see an object that's moving? Distant aircraft are usually pretty easy to identify because they follow a slow, steady path that's straight or gently curving. They have exterior lights that flash in a regular pattern, often including a red beacon. Satellites tend to be most visible in the hour or so after dark or before dawn, when it's night here on the surface, but the satellites are high enough in the sky to be illuminated by sunlight. They're generally fainter than aircraft and move in slow, very steady, very straight paths. They might briefly flare in brightness, but they don't have lights that blink. The International Space Station is an exception because it's very bright and is often visible for long enough to observe the curving path of its orbit. But it doesn't have flashing lights you can see from the ground, and it does something else satellites do. Satellites often fade out of view as they travel into Earth's shadow, or fade into view as they emerge. And occasionally, you might see a train of satellites moving slowly and silently in formation. One other sight that's sometimes confusing is rocket launches that happen soon after sunset or before sunrise. Similar to spotting satellites, this is when it's darker here on the ground, but launching rockets climb high enough to be illuminated by sunlight. When rockets launching at these times of day get really high in altitude, their exhaust can be brilliantly illuminated. And sometimes you might even see spiral or circular shapes that slowly grow and then dissipate as a spent rocket stage empties its propellant into space. With so much to see in the night sky, it's helpful to be familiar with some of these common sights so that you can get on with your sky watching and investigate whatever mysteries and wonders you're in search of. Here are the phases of the moon for June. Stay up to date on NASA's missions exploring the solar system and beyond at science.nasa.gov. I'm Preston Dykes from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and that's what's up for this month.
All right. That's all the information we have from NASA for this week, and we're glad that, and hopefully that you take some of that in and either share it with other people or with your kids, that they can see and check out some of the things that are going on. And like I said, if you go to the website nasa.gov, there's even more information there. They've got a lot of great stuff, a lot of activities that kids of all ages can take part in, experiments that they can perform with household things or relatively inexpensive items right at home. So, check out NASA. Get your young scientists ready, your engineers, your technicians, your whatever they want to be. Let's work with them. Let's get them excited about it. Now, as I told you earlier, we're not doing a summer camp at BFTAA this year. We may do one next year. I don't want to promise anything. But we thought, as I met with our volunteers, that we would take this time to regroup and to lay out what we really want to do with the coming school year as far as robotics and drone classes are involved. So we're not going to do anything this summer except a couple of events. Now, we're going to be at the Juneteenth, Kansas City's Juneteenth celebration for their workers, the Employee Resource Group. They're going to be down at the City Hall or in front of the City Hall in that park area, and that's on June the 27th, so we'll definitely be there. And there's also going to be a Kids and Tech Day that is being hosted by We Code KC, and we're going to have a place there. I think that's in July. I'll have to look up the date, but we'll definitely let you know with plenty of time before it happens. But be sure and look for Kids in Tech Day. It's going to be on a Saturday, and it'll be down at Bartle Hall, part of the Developers Conference, or after the Developers Conference, right here in Kansas City. So these are things that we need to know, and you need to go and take your kids to, if you haven't been to Science City, take them to Science City. They have camps and things down there, and just going through it on any given day is exciting. There's a lot to do. Now, it does cost you, but it's well worth it. And if you get with an organization, maybe the Boys and Girls Club or any other organization, I know we have taken kids down to the Science City exhibit from BFTAA so that they can see and experience these different things. We have to open the young people's minds so that they know that there's something to strive for, that there's a lot going on that they could be involved in. I mean, you can't want to be something that you don't know exists. So as we get them around science, as we get them around technology, their eyes light up, the brain cells will start firing, and they may say, hey, this is pretty cool. I'd like to learn more about this. I want to do this. Some may say, I want to do this for a living. And the networking they do, the people that they meet, the people that sometimes put on or run these different exhibits and stuff, they usually don't mind talking with young people and encouraging them to learn and to do more. So get your child out to any kind of technology event that's going on for youth around the city and let them see what's going on. Now, there's going to be a lot of camps going on. So I got this from the KC STEM Alliance, that the Black Family Technology Awareness Association is a member of the KC STEM Alliance. And there are some summer camps I wanted to let you know about. One of the ones that is going on, they're right down located on Paseo in the historic well, they're not in the 18th and Vine District, but the Jazz area. They're right on 16th, I think it's 16th and Paseo, and that is a STEAM Village. That's ASTEAM, a STEAM. So a STEAM Village is having a summer camp, and it's all about aerospace, the aerospace experience. The STEAM Village summer camp theme for 2024 is space, and includes numerous out-of-town field trips to sites ranging from the Cosmosphere in Hutchinson, Kansas, to East Coast sites, including the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum or Aerospace Museum, the Virginia Space Flight Academy, and more, with different tracks for kids for ages 8 to 10 and 11 to 15. The summer camp enables learners to explore the world of robotics, video game design, rocketry, drones, aerospace, alternative energy, and many more science, technology, engineering, arts, and math challenges. So that's a STEAM Village that's having an aerospace experience summer camp. Contact the STEAM Village to get more information on when that camp is starting and getting your child involved. There's also the American Royal Agriculture or AG STEM Camp. The American Royal STEM Camp is a 3-day camp for middle school students in late June. Students will participate in discussion and hands-on activities directly connected with the ag industry and ag careers. Daily themes include plant, animal, and ag technology, and they will introduce campers to a broad spectrum of STEM and agriculture. So even if you're working on the farm, that doesn't get you away from STEM. They're using computers and technology, probably a lot more advanced than we use in our homes and around, because, you know, to irrigate plants, to milk cows, to keep track of the weather, and robotic tractors, all of that. So the American Royal AG STEM Camp is going to be going on. You may want to get your child involved and over to it. Now, Barstow School is having some summer camps. Summer at Barstow will include more than 50 STEM-themed camps at Barstow School. That's located at 11511 State Line Road in Kansas City. Go to their website or check out the STEAM Villages. They got a link you can click on to see more of what kind of summer camps the Barstow School is having. Also, we want to tell you about Burns and McDonnell, big engineering firm, one of the biggest engineering firms in the world, headquartered right here in Kansas City. And they have experience Future You. And that's a free, absolutely free, don't cost you nothing, free summer STEM academy. Students will engage with experienced engineers, architects, and construction professionals during the week of June 12th through the 16th. So they may have it full up now, don't know, but see if you can contact Burns and McDonnell. Starting June 12th through the 16th, there's a camp called Future You that they're going to be having. Then there's Camp Invention. Okay, Camp Invention. The National Inventors Hall of Fame brings its Camp Invention to multiple locations around the metropolitan region this summer. Children in grades kindergarten through 6 are presented with hands-on challenges that encourage creative problem solving, teamwork, entrepreneurship, and innovation. Camp Envision is led by experienced local educators, and new curriculum is introduced each year, inspired by the inductees to the National Inventors Hall of Fame. To learn more, get in touch with them, look at the National Inventors Hall of Fame, and search for local camps in the Kansas City area. Then the Code Ninjas. Code Ninjas curriculum-based camps for ages 7 through 14 include Minecraft, robotics, drone, Roblox, website design, application and game building, along with team building STEM activities and games at locations in Lenexa and Leawood in Kansas and in Lee Summit, Missouri. So that's the Code Ninjas. Then there's the Idea Space. I just went by that. It's over on State Line. State Line over by St. Joseph Hospital. The Idea Space offers summer STEM courses from students entering grades 3 through 12. So from 3rd grade to seniors. and they have classes or summer programs, courses including digital, video production, esports, virtual reality, and more. Become a coder, an inventor, or even a comic book creator during the innovative week-long courses planned with opportunities to create, collaborate, and discover. Great stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. You just got to dig them out, look for it for your kids. I mean, this is great stuff that I have them doing something through the summer that they also learn from. You know, it's all right to spend your summer just playing and going swimming and having a great time. They got to get out and do that too. But it's also something to get a little bit of learning in there so that their brains don't go totally to sleep over the summertime. Johnson County Community College in Overland Park. Experiences are customized for youth entering grades 6 through high school with options in art, design, science, engineering, computer, languages, and more. So check with Johnson County Community College. Then there's Mad Science summer camps. You may have seen the Mad Science if you went to your schools, a lot of times when they have a STEM night or something, Mad Science, they send people all over the city, all over the area. Well, Mad Science has camps to help children experience what science is all about. Through themes ranging from robotics and coding to chemical reactions and grossology, campers explore how science affects the world around them. So check that out. That is Mad Science Summer Camps. Then the Metropolitan Community College, they don't want to be left out either. That's like Penn Valley, Longview, the one up north, Maple Woods, or all of those. But the Metropolitan Community College, they typically offer half and full day classes on topics from STEM to the arts at several of their campuses. So if you haven't checked with the Metropolitan Community Colleges, they have classes for young people, for kids, in the summertime. So you might want to check them out. See, those are places sometimes we overlook, and a lot of them are starving to get kids to come into these camps. So check out, go online to MCC, Penn Valley, Longview, Maple Woods, any of the community colleges and say, hey, what do y'all got for the summer? Or look on their webpage if you're computer savvy and see what they have. The University of Missouri, KC, they will be offering, the School of Science and Engineering will offer a cybersecurity camp for the 2024 summer. So if you want to get your child in a growing field, because with all the hacking going on, hospitals and cities and all of that, that is a growing job field that they need people that can handle that. So there's a cybersecurity camp that's going to be happening at UMKC School of Science and Engineering. I don't know when it starts, all the details on it, but contact the University of Missouri, Kansas City in their School of Science and Engineering. Then there's another friend of mine, We Code KC. We Code KC is having a Summer of Code camp. Yeah, in this camp for ages 7 to 17, students will find a diverse range of classes including virtual reality, beat making, robotics, the Internet of Things, or IoT as they say, and more. So get in contact. They're up on 50th and Prospect, between 50th and 51st, We Code KC. So check them out. Then there's also Wildwood Outdoor Education Center. A lot of people, when you think about STEM and science and technology, you don't think about out in the woods, out in nature and stuff, but it's there. Camp Wildwood is a 5-day overnight camp, so the kids stay out there for 5 days, day and night. You need a little free time? That's one to send them to. Filled with traditional camp outdoors and STEM activities for kids entering grades 3 through 8. So 3rd graders through 8th graders. Campers will spend the week choosing daily fun activities like swimming, fishing, canoeing, rock climbing, and creating in the makerspace, or in their makerspace, making new friends and gaining independence and teamwork skills. So those are some of the things that are going on this summer around the city that you want to get your kids involved with. I tell you, those summer camps are great. I went to a few of them in my younger days, I guess before I had started high school, and to go spend a week out at a camp is a great experience for a young person. So you may want to look into that. Some church groups have camps. I camped with the Boy Scouts and with our church group. And, summertime, I couldn't wait to go out and be away from home for a week, swimming, going through the woods, learning about, basket weaving, leather crafts, archery, canoeing, all those different type of things that we got to explore, involve our kids in. They should know about boating and the outdoors. And there's a lot of technology in that. I mean, the science out there, people make a living tracking animals. They want to know their habitats. They got radio transmitters that they put on them and things like that. It's a high-tech world all over. There's not a space that you don't use technology in, and that our kids would maybe love to be a part of. Some people say, well, the kids in the city, they don't do this. Well, they don't do it if they're not exposed to it. They would do it. They would do from snow skiing to surfing or whatever, as long as you expose them to it. Our urban kids just sometimes lack the exposure to these things. So if you can, and sometimes you may have to donate at your church or something, but help our kids get out into the world and see what is all out there. Sometimes we suffer from the fact that, as it says in the Bible, where there is no vision is where people lose hope. You have to give them a vision, let them see the opportunities that are out there for them and what they can do and what they can be and what is just out there to be discovered. We have to work with our young people. We have to work with them as much as possible so that they're ready for the world. Went to a graduation Friday. I had a granddaughter that graduated from Martin High School in Arlington, Texas. If any of you are from there, it was a great time, and I tell you, it was the biggest graduation of high school I've been to. They graduated 888 students from Martin High School for the class of 2024. That's 888 students. So this is for Layla, and I want to say congratulations, young lady. Glad that you made it through it, and let's get ready for the next phase, the next level up that you're going to be going in your educational aspirations. So for all of you that have young people that are graduating, some that are starting college for the first time, some that are going from middle school to high school, let's support them, let's encourage them, let's make them know that what they're doing is important, and we know the importance of it, and we value it. So that's all for the BFTAA and More show today. Be sure and stay tuned at 6 o'clock. We'll have B. Michael with Shifting Paradigms. We also have a new show that's starting on the weekend, Rise Radio, and that's a podcast that's coming with a different point of view. So be sure and check us out. Rise Radio is going to be on 5 o'clock on Sundays. Rise Radio right here on KUAW. And we'll be glad that you join in with us. So thank you for joining, and we will see you again next Monday for BFTAA and More right here, KUAW Radio. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.